Hey, how you doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's America's Credit and Finance Drill Sergeant, otherwise known as the Rough Rev, the King Bay. Coming to you live to do a follow-up video on this whole thing about car purchases and how car purchases can be so debilitating to you. I apologize. I did a follow-up video, but for some reason my camera did some type of crazy thing where it taped the video upside down. So I couldn't load that to YouTube because the audio was cool, but you end up with a crook in your neck trying to watch it. So I'm redoing it because this is a viable situation. Very, very, very important. And I want to get to this so that a lot of you guys can avoid this same problem that people had. We talked about the fact that you spend $50,000, $51,000 over 5 years, the average auto purchase. Between your $450 payment, your $200 insurance, your $200 of gas, $850 a month times 60 months, $51,000, and the average person does this 3 times, $153,000. Okay, you wonder where your down payment to your house is? It's right there. You wonder where your college fund is to send your child to college? It's right there. You wonder where your seed money is to start your business? It's right there. But you look good in this car. But like Robert Kiyosaki says, you're looking good and you're going nowhere. So we want to talk about this real quick. And I want to follow up with this because I want to give you a real life example of a person who lived this and how it changed her whole life around when I came into her life. In any case, remember something. If you're going to spend this kind of money, spend it on an asset, a house. Okay? A house can make you money. A car can't make you money. Maybe now if you doing these driver jobs, it might help you a little bit. But I'm talking about if you're going to spend that kind of money just to look good, you can have a mortgage and make the house pay you. Okay, how do I do that? All right, perfect example. You buy a little $70,000 house. You put $3,000 into it. Part of that, say you put $4,000 into it. Part of that money you use to finish out your basement. You make your upstairs really nice, but then you finish out your basement. You put a 2-bedroom apartment in your basement and you rent that out for $800 a month. $800 a month times 12, that's almost 10 grand a year. You could go to an auction and get a $15,000 car for 6 or 7 grand at the auction. You can take the 10 grand cash, buy the car, and then you eliminate all this craziness. And the house is paying for itself and it's paying for your car. And it's not draining you financially. All right, just an example. Another one might be buy a little duplex. Live in the upstairs unit, rent the downstairs unit. Rents are high, y'all. 2-bedroom apartment could cost you $1,400, $1,600 a month. If your mortgage is only $9,000, you're putting $700 a month in your pocket. You're paying your mortgage plus putting money in your pocket. Yo, beautiful situation. But I want to talk about this young lady that beautiful young lady in Maryland that I thought I was going to marry. I thought I was in love with her. Thought I was going to marry her until I found out she was crazy. Sorry, but, the truth hurts. In any case, when I met her, she was a D.C. government worker making a lot of money. We were in this fashion show together. All the people at my church were having a fashion show, and they wanted all the young, handsome, virile, young men and women to be in it. I used to be something to look at, y'all. I used to have little curls on the top, little schoolboy fade, had the special ed fade. You know what I'm saying? I was eating meat then, so I was about 40 pounds light, heavier, you know what I'm saying? I was all swole up in here, you know what I mean? I'm like, ah! In any case, we met each other at this fashion show rehearsal. We started talking. She actually became a client first when I had Crown Financial doing credit repair. And I went through the process of breaking down her expenses, right? Just like I did here. This is just the car situation. I broke down all her expenses, everything she spent on hair, nails, weed, she didn't smoke weed, shoes, and I estimated that she was spending between $700 and $900 a month frivolously, yet she wasn't paying her credit card bills. Car was in her ex-husband's name. They was about to snatch that, and bills overdue. Meanwhile, she's living at home with her mom and dad, sleeping in a double bed, the same bed that she grew up in, same room, set up like a little girl room. I was like, wow, It's crazy how sometimes parents be holding on to this thing and they keep their kids in this little box because the parent still sees them as the child and refuses to let them grow. In any case, she was a grown woman, but she still had this little girl mentality. I told her, I said, I can help you, but you're going to have to listen and do everything I say. I said, you got a lot of credit derogatories, which I know how to address that using the law, using my legal filings and credit disputes and all of that. I said, but you blowing about 8-9 grand a year in stupid shit. You want to buy a house, there's your down payment. Well, she went on, well, I'm a professional woman and I have to look good because I have to get my nails done every week. I have to get my hair done. And, I got to have the outfits because, I'm in DC government. And I said, I understand that. I'm not saying you should look raggedy. I'm not saying you should be trifling. But I'm saying do it intelligently. And I said, you're going to need to give me all those credit cards. What? You don't have my credit card? Yeah, da, 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 da. All that attitude. Hold up. All of that, right? We went back and forth. And I told her, I said, you know what? I can't do anything with the credit cards. I said, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to protect you from you. See, this is a perfect example that some people need to be protected from their damn selves. It's not the pandemic. It's not the economy. It's not the fact that you don't make enough money. It's you wasting money on stupid-ish emotion. See, what people don't realize, money and finance is very emotional and spiritual. It's all tied together. And if you have an unbalanced spirit or a deficit in your emotions, or you feel a certain kind of way about yourself, low self-esteem or whatever, on the outside you look good, but on the inside you don't feel like you're valuable enough, you don't feel like you're worthy, all of that comes out in your spending. And little leaks, little drop here, little drop there, $800-900 a month is a mortgage. In any case, as the story goes, I began to work with her. I took her credit cards, I put them in my safe. And I told her, if you need to spend something, you need to buy something, we're going to have a discussion about it. I told her her weekly budget, which she's not supposed to spend over $25. Oh, she had an issue with that. Because she was buying stuff every day, buying lunch every day. I said, no, fix your own damn lunch. See, she was used to having every creature comfort. And I'm high, yellow, red bone, and people don't talk to me like that. I tell people what to do. And men fall over me. I said, well, I'm not that guy. And I literally had to break her like a horse out of these bad habits. And I told her, I said, you're going to need to save every dime. We're going to run down all the money. I said, you're making good money. You just need to manage it properly. Well, lo and behold, she fought me a little bit, but this young lady saved up 10 grand so fast it scared her. She was like, Mr. King, I got money. I said, how does it feel? Well, I said, I know what to do with it. I said, put it in the bank, or you need me to put it in the safe. No, I can put it in. I'll put it in the bank. I said, okay, bring me the bank statement. Oh, I was on her. And she was fighting me every now and then. Mr. King, I need my credit card. I said, well, let's talk about it. And there were times when it was an emergency, and there was other times she was just feeling like she wanted to get her hair done, $150. I said, do your own hair, do your own nails once a month, and do your hair twice a month, and then you get your nails done once a month, and you get your hair done once a month. That saved her like $400 right there. She began to fix her own lunch. I told her, I said, you're not too cute. Make your own lunch. Save money. I said, half of that stuff that they're serving at the cafeteria is not healthy anyway. She was like, yeah, it's just convenient. She saved up 10 grand so fast. Now, meantime, I started the legal process, doing the legal filings and doing the dispute processes and sending affidavits. See, I sent out legal cases. I conduct court through the mail. That's the way I repair credit. What a lawyer does in court, I do that through the mail. I send them files that thick. They're like, damn, okay, this person is not playing. All right, wait a minute. Oh, we was just bullshitting? Yeah, that's what I thought. And then sometime I have to file a full-blown lawsuit on them. In any case, I began to get things off her credit. She began to save and be more conscientious. And a mysterious thing happened. She started getting more jobs and opportunity to make money. She sold Mary Kay, and she did makeup. She got a job to do makeup for some people at BET, right? And the people at BET were so impressed by her makeup. One of the girls was getting married. She said, hey, can you do my wedding? So she did all the faces of all the girls in the wedding. And all of a sudden, as she began to be better about managing her money, more money opportunities came to her. This is a mysterious thing that you need to understand. You wonder why money opportunities are running away from you? I heard Reverend Ike say it. He said money is like a woman, and she's a high-class woman. So if you mistreat her, you talk about her, or you abuse her, she be like, I am out of here. Because I'll go over here where somebody going to treat me like the high-class woman I am. I thought that was funny. He said, yeah, money is like a woman. So at the end of the day, opportunities run from you when you're just kind of lackadaisical about it. But when you're meticulous and you really care and you handle it properly, it comes more to you, rushes more to you. End of the day, she ended up saving 15 grand in about 3 months. In the meantime, between time, I got her credit, dressed up, got her pre-qualified, right? Got her pre-qualified for a mortgage, paid off, helped her pay off all her bills, got the car transferred over from her ex-husband's name into her name because he was in jail, had warrants, and they were pulling her over thinking it was him. And anyway, look, the shit I did changed her life. Changed her zip code. I'm not going to mention her name, but if push come to shove, everybody that knows me, her mother, her family, they know what happened. They know the way she was living before I came into her life. And even though we ended up dating, it didn't work out. I left her in a better situation than she had ever been in. The only thing she could say is that damn Jerry King didn't marry me. Because I put money in her pocket, I dressed up her credit, helped her get a new truck and a house, pay off all her bills. See, this is the thing. The shit I do changes your zip code. You could go from living in the hood to living high on the hog. There's a girl who was living in Atlantic City in the hood, got my book, fixed her own credit, bought a house in Egg Harbor Township, started a child care business. She said, Mr. King, last year I made $36,000 on my job, but I made $42,000 in my business out of my house. She's never looked back because she had the right information. The Bible said, where there is no vision, the people perish. And my people suffer, and they perish for what? Lack of knowledge. I got this credit knowledge. All of this stuff. And it's like I'm begging and pleading people. Asian people in Philly pay me big money to help them redo their finances and get their credit straight and get them out of it. And my people that I'm trying to talk to, I don't know, my cousin never told me about that. He an attorney. Well, he cheated his way through law school. He got to cheat. She is an attorney, but he don't know Jack. The sad reality is the really knowledgeable people are not people often with advanced degrees and people who graduated from school. I mean, I got a degree, but I learned more about business from my dad, who never graduated from the 6th grade. And I know more about law studying on my own than most attorneys who went to law school. And I met an attorney who told me that. He said, you're knowledgeable than all the attorneys I have on staff. And I manage a team of 14 attorneys. And he said, you could bury all of them. But he said the difference between you and them is that when you were studying because your ass was on the line. It was a real life situation that you needed to address. He said they were studying for a grade. He said you had a different type of motivation. You had to get this shit right. And I did, because they were trying to take my mother's house. They was trying to take my dad's business. It was fight all these people hovering around trying to take shit, and I'm fighting them off. Like I'm this 19-year-old kid. I had to become like David with the slingshot, bow, taking out these big boys. That's why now I'm not arrogant. It's just a matter of fact that I've been doing this 30 years. Like these muscles that you see, it's more of a strength up here and in here from the experiences that I've had being in the clinches with these law firms and these finance companies, like knowing how they operate and finding out how to shoot that jab at them, prop, prop, and hit them with that right cross, and they out. What's that right cross? The law. The law. The law. And at the end of the day, having the knowledge. So as I began to help this young lady, and her life began to change, she came back to me. She said, Mr. King, she said, I know you fought me. I know I fought you tooth and nail. And I know I just gave you a hard time sometimes. But I see it now. I see it. I see it. And you know what? I love you. I was like, well, damn, I didn't expect that to happen. I helped redo her life and she fell in love with me. I mean, when you change somebody's life, She said she learned how to be a real Christian watching me counsel kids. She said she didn't even know how to treat people. She learned how to be kind and she learned how to be a real person, a good person. She said you made me the woman I am. She said all my parents ever told me was that I was cute. See, it's a lot of people telling their sons they're cute and telling their daughters that they're cute, but not putting nothing in their head and in their heart. So I'm saying to you, like this whole thing with the car, look, let that ride a little bit. I got car issues right now, which is why I haven't done this video. I'm doing some work on my 3 series, right? But I refuse to go get in fucking debt. That's only going to do like this and strangle me. It's so nice right now in this pandemic, not having a car payment, having everything in my yard paid for. Okay, it's got little issues and whatever. And sometimes, you know, my man who does work on my car, sometimes he's busy or whatever. I'll figure it out. I'll watch YouTube videos. I'll buy the parts. He'll tell me what to do. And I'll get it handled. And I can do that because I like doing that anyway. And I'm handy. And I avoid $850 a month. There's people that are paying that now. In a couple months, people's cars going to be starting to get snatched. You're going to see it. The car's going to be getting towed out because we 4 months in now to this pandemic and people haven't been working. And look, people ducking and they hiding. You're going to hear that doop, 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 that little backup alarm in the middle of the night. I know that feeling. Oh, it's like the street music. When the monster's just getting ready to get you. That's how that shit used to put fear in my heart. Well, my shit's paid for now. In any case, I want to reiterate. Your video game habit, your weed habit, your drink habit, your hair habit, your car habit is killing you. Let it go and live. Some of y'all in debt right now. Imagine if you didn't have all that debt. Imagine if you could just relax and then plan your future. Like all of a sudden, all these different avenues would open up. You would be able to see possibility for your life. Some of you can't see because the debt has you blinded. And not only does it have you physically blind, it has you psychologically and emotionally like you in fear. You constantly in fear. One of my clients who I helped start a business, he said, I talked to him the other day. He said, man, Mr. King, it's been rough, man. Business been slow. I don't know. I said, you sound like you've been talking to them negative ass family members. How'd you know? Man, ever since I quit my job, they keep coming. You should go back to work. You should go back to work. You should go. I said, you got to be around money people. You got to be around. I said, when you're around slaves, that's all they're going to do is tell you come back to the damn plantation. Because it's good. Because we getting the good scrap from master table. How about I don't want the scrap? How about I want the fillet? See, but if you don't see yourself as that and you don't feel that about yourself, you'll never have it. And I told him, I said, it's interesting, when I don't talk to you for about 4 or 5 days, every time I talk to you, you're sad and you're depressed because you've been taking in all that toxicity from your family members. It says, time for you. I said, you're 30 years old, time for you to buy a house and get the hell out of your parents' house. He was like, facts. I said, if you had your own thing, he's a chef, he said, you had your own kitchen, you could work the shit out. In any case, I want you guys to remember that the way you get wealthy and the way you can set yourself up financially is you eliminate liabilities and you acquire assets. A little cell phone store, a little car detailing place or rim shop, or you do something out of your house. You rent out the basement of your house, or you run a small business. My dad, before my dad got his dry cleaners, he had a little cleaning and pressing set up in the backyard, in the garage. Steam pressing, all that, hustling on the side while he was working for somebody else, planning for the future. A visionary. Man, this cat was a genius. Brilliant. Never went past the 6th grade. Brilliant mind. Learned so much from this man. I miss him every day. Him and my mom in heaven chilling. But now I have to carry the torch to continue to teach the truth. Now, I'm like that financial Moses that lead people out of the promised land. I was the rough rev then. Back then, I'm the rough rev now. I'm that gangster finance and credit drill sergeant who's going to get in your ass and tell you to do right when you want to cheat and you want to play games with your money, I'm going to be like, what are you doing? Get that shit. Same way they used to do us in the Marine Corps. Be all in our faces screaming, trying to break you. But see, the thing is, the difficulties in life that don't break you, they make you. They make you stronger. That's why when people say, "Are you so arrogant? You should," I'd be like, "Thank you very much." Because as a kid, I was a slow learner with a speech impediment. I was quiet and shy. But life did some shit. I was thrown to the wolves, and it was kill or be killed. And I pulled out my little penknife and started slicing niggas and gashing niggas. And after a while, they was like, "Whoa, wait a minute. This little kid right here, we need some reinforcements for him. These other ones we could abuse. We can't abuse him." I was like that man in the Bible who fought a whole battalion of people with the jawbone of an ass. And guess what my sword was? The law, knowledge, information, financing, credit. I learned a lot of stuff at Seton Hall, but I learned more studying on my own. I learned more in life in general because crisis situation would appear and I would go into a study mode where I would research it and then I would get the knowledge like, whoa. And I learned how to facilitate and apply it and file a lawsuit. Yo, powerful. So when I tell you that you should build your credit, maintain your credit, restore your credit, expand your credit, and I tell you finances over feelings, this is what I'm talking about. Because you could spend this over your lifetime or even more if you were a real car head. I got a buddy in Maryland who changes cars the way he changes underwear. And I don't think he's bought a home yet. But he's probably spent $1 million in cars. Has no tax write-offs because he can't even take the mortgage interest. Paying high rent in DC. High rent. $2,000, $2,200 a month for a one bedroom. Crazy. And I told him, I said, as a friend, you make me look bad, man. I'm the credit finance guy. And I fixed his credit a couple times, this and that and the other. I was like, finally, I had to, look, if you want to do that stupid stuff, go ahead. But at the end of the day, you could buy a $70,000 house, fix it up, put $3-4 grand in it. Now it's worth $120,000. You sitting on 50 grand equity. Then you rent the bottom, you rent the basement out. Like, these are just foundational building blocks. And if you want to buy a car, go take the money that you made from rent for that year and take half of it, take $5,000 of it, and go to the auction. And you get a $10,000, $15,000 car for $5 grand at the auction. And then you have no monthly payment. If you could eliminate your monthly debt, you know how much money you could save? $850 a month that if you could save that. You could save 10, 15 grand like that. And this is just in the car. The weed, the video games, the drink, the hair, the nails, all of these things, like, they're draining you financially. So I want to say to you that I had a real compulsion to redo this video. I did it the first time. I think I actually did a better job, and I couldn't recall everything, but I gave you the gist of it. That this whole thing with car purchases is really devastating and debilitating. And now the dealers are so pressed that they'll let you do stuff online and they'll deliver the car to your house. So be very careful, because there's going to be people trying to get you in debt. They don't care if you don't pay it. Once they sell the loan to the bank, they're out of it. They made their money. They don't even care if you can't afford it. They'll give you the car because they know 9 times out of 10, because of the pandemic now, you can't really afford it. You can't really pay for it, but they don't care. Once the bank buys the note, hey, they don't care. They'll bring it to your house. They'll do all this. Be very careful. Save your money. Cut your expenses. Stack your paper. Go to Walmart, get a safe. Throw the money in there, act like it ain't there. Don't give anybody the combination or the key but you. If you got firearms, you should have them locked up in there too. And here again, I just come to motivate you. All right? If you always do what you've always done, then you always have what you have right now. If you don't like the scenario that you're in right now, you got to make a change. You got to make a change. Or you can keep living the lackluster life that you're living. All right? I'm just here to tell you that these two people that I love, my mom and my dad, they instill certain things in me that I thank God for them every day. And then I began to research and took what they gave me to another whole level. Wrote a book. Here again, I'm working on 2 more books. One's on finances, and one is about the life of wealthy people and how they became wealthy. And I'm going to be sharing that with you. Got a lot going on. Upgrading my website. Some of you guys probably try to hit my website. My website's down. I'm in the process of upgrading my website, superstarfinancial.net. That'll be up and running in a couple of days. And I'm going to be pushing these ebooks about finance, credit, entrepreneurship. Because remember, it's not big business, it's not big corporations and big government that made America strong. It was the small business people that created jobs and opportunity for other people in the community, that began to infuse a certain vibrant energy into the community. All right? And you're one of those business people. You're one of those entrepreneurs. You're one of those people who can manage your finances properly and change the whole trajectory of your life and your legacy. Don't have your kids growing up in an apartment thinking that's the only thing there is. A lot of kids grow up in an apartment. That's what they think. I thank God for having parents who made sure we never lived in an apartment. We always had a house, even if we were just renting a house initially. We always had a house. We had space. We had a yard. A child can't even be a child in an apartment. They need to run and play, enjoy nature, look at the butterflies, pull weeds, play in the mud, climb trees. I did all of that. Helps to make you a more rounded person, and it's healthy for you. In any case, America's Credit and Finance Drill Sergeant, Rough Rev, otherwise known as King Bay, getting ready to sign off. I just wanted to tell you guys that if you're looking for a savior and you're looking for the Lord to save you, I want you to go in the mirror and look in the mirror and say to yourself, you are the God that you're looking for. Sounds like some antichrist stuff, huh? Sounds like some arrogant, egotistical stuff, huh? There's a scripture in the Bible that says, ye are gods, lowercase. He's saying, hey, I left you in charge. He said, I'm the God of the heavens, but you're the God of what's going on down here. He said, now I made dominion available to you, but you got to go take it. See, here again, the Bible, God gave the children of Israel the land, but they still had to go in and fight the giants to seize it. See, you have all of these things, opportunities available, but if you don't step in and seize that thing, it's not going to come and knock on your door. Hey, here's the $1 million. No. You got to go seize it. God gave the children of land, but the children of Israel the land, but they had to go possess it. They had to fight the giants. They had to do some things to then take ownership of that. So you have all of this wealth, you have all of this abundance, you have all this possibility. Go seize it. Go get it. And do it intelligently and be fearless. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Go talk to that fine honey that you've been avoiding. Go after that higher level job. Start that business. Save your money. You got your seed money for your business right here. You're the God that you're looking for. I'm trying to tell you. I'm just waiting on the Lord. Well, I heard a pastor say, well, he's waiting on you. Because he put the same power that's in him. He put a small version of that in you. So I am not preaching to you. I'm just telling you the facts about the matter. The young lady, the story I told you about, she never looked back. She never looked back. Keep on pushing. I don't know if she ever bought another piece of real estate, but I know she had that in her name. And she didn't have to depend on no man. She didn't have to kiss no man's butt. She didn't have to do no crazy stuff in order to acquire this good life. I helped her build it from the ground up and sent her on her way. And I've done that many times. I said I'm going to stop doing that for some other guy's benefit, though. But In any case, that's the knowledge and the power that you have when you have this information, and then you have the heart to know how to apply it, and just be fearless and just keep trying against all the odds. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Never give up, never give up. How do you win? Never quit. You take a break, but never quit. Told you before, when things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low but the debts are high, and you want to smile but you have to sigh. If care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, as many of us sometimes learn, and many a fellow turns about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Hey, it's a situation that you never know, but you might succeed with that final blow. It's when things go wrong, when your heart is hit. It's then, my friend, that you must not quit. Rough Rev signing out. God bless you. Love you guys.